Hey guys, it's Becca, aka Saturn Days 74. I can't even say my own name. That's pretty sad and pathetic. I make YouTube videos on fibromyalgia as well as makeup, and today I will be discussing fibromyalgia. I normally don't make 2 fibromyalgia videos in a row because it's not a subject for the faint of hearts, but I do make them because I know that fibromyalgia is still a disease or disorder, whatever you want to call it. It is still brand new to the medical field, and a lot of people really don't know about it very much. It's still being studied, and I kind of had an epiphany last night. I try to do videos to help myself understand exactly what I'm going through and help others, and maybe along the lines, if even medical researchers see my ideas and anything that can help them and help us in the long run, that would be amazing, because we have a lot to be going through. Like I said, I've been up for 12 hours, so my brain is a little scatterbrained, and of course I dropped my pen, and I have notes because it's been a long day. So the reason why I'm filming this video is I had an epiphany last night. I had 2 flare-ups in the last week. One was on Tuesday and the other was yesterday, actually. Well, technically 3, because today I'm going through one as well. Tuesday I just pretty much slept the entire day, and I was in general in pain all over my body. And then yesterday I had a really bad flare-up that I actually had to just making sure that I have no lipstick on my teeth because I just got distracted. It's like, so that's why I made that weird face. I had to leave work early yesterday because I had a really bad flare-up, and I also have arthritis in my back as well. So usually those 2 go hand in hand, and when I got home, after I took a nap, I laid down and slept for a little bit. I had an epiphany, actually. One of my subscribers who found me through my friend Rizika, I'll link both channels down below as usual, because whenever I do a video I try to make sure I give the shout out to people. I had a subscriber named Andrea. I'm not even going to try to say her YouTube name because right now I know I'm going to botch it up. I'll link her channel down below, like I said, but she found me, and she said that she found me a while ago. She mentioned that she had fibromyalgia as well, and I watch fibro videos of other people, and this was the first person to ever really kind of get through on my channel, in regards to this. So I was really excited, and at one point, she has become one of my closest friends here, and it's hard. So she and I, we got to know each other, and I'm trying to think. I'm looking at my notes. So pretty much she is my flare buddy, whenever, I feel like it's more like me going to her, but it's just so relieving to have, somebody go through the similar, experience with you, and not, she helps me in the worst of times, and without her lately, I don't think I would be getting through this. Fibromyalgia does take a lot out of you, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. And I've been thinking about it, and I even talked to her before I made this video today. I asked her if it was okay, and I just kind of wanted to point out some observations. Andrea and I have been both diagnosed with fibromyalgia this year, so technically we've had it for less than a year. And we both are about 6 years apart, so we're both under 35. We're both female, obviously. But our difference is she lives a lifestyle that she is able to take more control over. She decides her own schedule for the most part. She's able to make doctor's appointments when she needs to. She is able to fit and make her life fibro friendly. My life, on the other hand, and she also discusses her career as well. I'm a little bit more personal, but she and I are both, you know, work addicted, workaholics. That's the word I was looking for. But she's an academic scholar while I'm out, you know, on my feet, and I love what I do. I mean, I work crazy hours. I'm on my feet constantly, and you know, my career is what I love. It's something that, you know, for a while I wasn't happy with it, but then I came back to it because it made me realize that it's become part of me. And my life, my job is really, like, I don't know if I mentioned this, it's shift work. Essentially, you know, I work, you know, the typical shifts. I don't work a 9 to 5. I work either a 7 to 3 or a 3 to 11. And, you know, I choose to because that's what I like doing. If I didn't like doing it, I would obviously, you know, go back to my 9 to 5 job. I'm trying not to make this a long video. But there is a point I am actually trying to make across here. My schedule changes all the time. I can be working different days, different shifts each week, and I enjoy that. That is like the rush of my life. I don't like predictability. It's something that I feel like puts me in a rut and makes me feel like I'm stuck. It's boring to me. I don't like that repetitiveness. But this job, you know, this career is just, it makes me wonder if it's, you know, especially since I have experienced, you know, 2 flare-ups this week. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. 2 flare-ups this week. And, you know, it makes me, does your career, does your lifestyle affect your fibromyalgia? I don't know how severe Andrea's fibromyalgia is. She goes to a physical therapist while I take medication. I have lived with pain for so long that it's easy for me to take a pill. And it makes me wonder, her lifestyle is a bit easier because she has the adaptability where she can, you know, work her fibromyalgia around her schedule. I don't have that accessibility. And at times, if I can't do that, then I get my flare-ups. I mean, I get flare-ups at least once a week. And now it's becoming twice a week. And this week I've just been feeling so frustrated. I think, you know, I've experienced every emotion possible. It's tiring, it's exhausting, it's draining, and even trying to have a normal life, you know, I'm young. I want to be able to have a social life, and I have to, you know, put my health, unfortunately, above, you know, everything else. You know, health in fibromyalgia comes before family. It goes before work. It goes before socialization. You know, health, when you have fibromyalgia or any chronic illness, that is unfortunately your first priority. And if you don't make it your first priority, then you're going to suffer. And it's very disheartening at times. But this is where we have to revert back to spoon theory. And if you don't know spoon theory very much, or if you've never heard of it, I'm actually going to link it down below. But essentially, anybody with chronic illness, especially fibromyalgia, has to follow this theory. Essentially, you're given a allotted amount of spoons per day. Let's say you're given 5. And those are the major things that you're able to do that day. And if you run out of spoons, then you're out of luck. Then you don't have that ability. I'm trying to make this easier than it sounds. Make this less complicated than it sounds, but pretty much once if you go onto the spoons on the next day, then you're hurting yourself. And it's tiring at times, and you forget, especially when life happens and things get in the way. The smallest things. I'll give you an example for spoon theory. Yesterday, I had such a bad fibro flare that I wanted to take a shower, but I also needed to wash my hair. I wasn't washing my hair yesterday because I didn't have the energy to. I was in pain. I didn't want to. I didn't have the energy, and I didn't want to. I couldn't do it. And in these cases, you know, we can't forget that. But in my case, when I go to work, you know, I have to live my life, and I can't let fibromyalgia, you know, I refuse to let it define who I am. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, I know that if I keep living this lifestyle, I know if I keep having this job, it's eventually going to wear me down. And this is, you know, a decision that I'm going to eventually have to make. I don't define myself by fibromyalgia. I define myself by my career. I define myself by my family. I define myself by, you know, what makes me unique. And I refuse to let the negative things get me down, but when I've been in this career for such a long time, you know, it makes me second guess, you know, should I, you know, I have to reorganize my lifestyle to, you know, work around my fibromyalgia. I feel like this is becoming more of a rant than anything, but I'm just trying to, you know, make some sort of connection. And the thing that Andrea and I have in common is, if you notice in her vlog, she goes to Starbucks in almost every single vlog. I live on caffeine. I actually have iced tea. In fact, right now, and I need a sip. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, not losing my voice now. Where was caffeine? You know, if I have to go in early in the morning, and I'm not a morning person by any means, and caffeine helps me get through the day. Especially in the morning when my fibromyalgia is at the worst, you know, it's, you know, in a lot of cases, people in the morning with fibromyalgia, it's hard for them, and I'm no different. And so that caffeine gives me the extra boost. Now, if I'm having a really bad flare-up, usually caffeine and Aleve help me with it. That's like my whole, I guess, little survival kit, you can say, in a sense. And if I have to work a double, I don't have to. I want to, because I'm the kind of person where I'm a hard worker. I don't ever call out sick. The only time I've ever called out sick was last year, and that wasn't even for me. That was for an ex-boyfriend at the time. You know, he needed me for, you know, certain things, so I was there for him. And even now, when I left work early, you know, yesterday, that was like a defeat in itself, and I felt like the fibro did win in that point. But, you know, I should be taking care of my body more, but it's career or fibromyalgia. So that's pretty much my own little ramblings of today and my observations. I want to hear you and, you know, your lifestyle. The more that we can kind of analyze this and, you know, really understand it and how it works, you know, I want this, I want to see progress in this. I was actually reading a blog. It was either a blog or it was a message board about nurses that have fibromyalgia, and a lot of people in medical fields, they don't believe that fibromyalgia is an actual real disease. They think it's neurological, you know, it's not neurological. Psychosomatic. They think it's psychosomatic. They don't think it exists. They think it's in your mind and that you're crazy. And these nurses are reporting that they have this disease. And a lot of them, you know, that they're on their feet. They help patients. And, you know, they have shift work too. You know, we all have our, you know, industry. And, you know, it's becoming so bad on them that they go back to school and they start, you know, to become teachers for nurses, or they'll get their, you know, nurse practitioner's license so they can have a little bit of a less workload, but, you know, or less, you know, so they're not working as much and that they are able to focus on the more administrative and other important things. This is me just rambling right now. But yeah, I think it's since it's becoming more prominent, I want for us to be able to communicate and put as much effort and information as we can on this, because the more we can do, the more we can understand it, and that's why I do make these videos. And if you have made it through this long, I do appreciate you, I applaud you, and I thank you very much for, you know, hanging on. But yeah, if you have this disorder, please comment down below and tell me what you think. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope everybody has a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.